If Crunchyroll hasn't already blacklisted me from ever working with them again, this video is going to cause me to get blacklisted. And the reason for that is because Crunchyroll got caught lying. The CEO of Crunchyroll got caught lying. And you can already take a peek at the screen on what the issue is at hand, and let's talk about the lies. So, about 2 months ago, the CEO of Crunchyroll went on record in an interview and said that they wouldn't be using AI in anime production. Now, I know you're going to say, but Chibi, anime production is pretty different than voice acting and translation. Yes. However, if you go to the first passage of the article, this is what the CEO had to say. Crunchyroll said the company has no plans to use artificial intelligence in the creative side of anime production, including voice acting. So, the creative side is a very vague term, and applying voice acting to that term, you can basically stretch that to translations, subtitling, typesetting, you get the point. And when it reaches the Crunchyroll desk, most likely the creative side is what they're talking about when it comes to anime production. Now, Crunchyroll has worked on production of some shows. Soul Leveling is a good recent example of that. But basically, 2 months ago, the CEO himself of Crunchyroll said they would not be using AI. Despite earlier comments back in literally 2024, and there's articles about it where the CEO says generated subtitles are definitely an area they're focused on. This is an article literally back at the beginning of 2024, way over a year ago. However, once again, there was that article update that came out 2 months ago that said that they apparently weren't. So, what is it? What is the truth here? That is the big question. Is Crunchyroll trying to play politics? Is Crunchyroll trying to cover their tracks? Is Crunchyroll trying to hide the fact that they are using AI? There's a lot of ways to look at this. But let's get into the heart of the matter, which is this series. So first off, this is a new anime that just started airing for this anime season. You can literally see the date that it was released, July 1st, literally today, just came out. It's a brand new series, and I have yet to watch the show myself. I have skimmed through it, but I am not watching. I probably will watch it, but not through Crunchyroll, because the subtitles for the English subtitles is kind of scuffed as well. Even though it doesn't straight up say ChatGPT said, there is some scuffness about the subtitles for English. And so, what this brings to question is the overall translation quality of Crunchyroll. Now, let's be fair here. Crunchyroll's translations have been absolutely dog crap for a long time. As you all remember, I was heavily going after Crunchyroll's translation on ReZero, but just recently I was talking about Lord of the Mysteries' translation for Crunchyroll and how it felt off. It felt very bad. And so when I take a hard look at this, I'm just like, you know for a fact, if they got caught for this, they're using this for other shows. It's just they accidentally didn't remove ChatGPT said, which is where they got caught lying. So let's get into this. Obviously, if you look at these subtitles, it's a different language. This is in German. You can go over here to the Crunchyroll side and you can change the subtitle languages and all that. And in different languages, like for instance, English, I didn't see ChatGPT whatsoever. Now, if anyone could check these other languages and if they could confirm if this is like this as well, please do so. But in the German translation, you see this being said. And once again, just because this was only caught on the German translation does not mean that it's not happening on every single translation. This company is obviously, they love to cut corners. They love to be as cheap as possible. They love to raise prices and gouge you out of money as best as they possibly can without you becoming aware of it. But one big aspect to all of this is the fact that Crunchyroll using AI translations, there's going to be a lot of mixed reception to this. For one, obviously in the last few years, there's been a heavy debate about localization, localizers in general, and just how they put political messages or just different themes or trying to push an agenda within an English dub or English sub or different languages. It's definitely been a thing that has been a heavily debated topic in the anime and manga community as of late in the last few years. However, because of that, a lot of people have definitely wanted to see AI take over. Machine translations, AI translations, just replace these localizers. And I've talked about this on both sides of the fence when I've made multiple videos on this subject. As I've said, AI is the future. Like, regardless if you hate it or not, it's going to happen. AI will arrive. That's how it is. Every company's using AI. You might hate it, but they're going to keep using it. It's cheap, and why wouldn't they? If they could save money and people are still going to be supporting these said companies. And I'll get into that in a moment. But the point is that regardless, there's going to be people that are going to be upset with this. And I'm honestly, I'm in the middle. I'm down the middle on this for one main reason. For one, I don't like a lot of localizers. I've strictly been very blunt and open about this for a while. I don't like people throwing an agenda and changing translations to fit a narrative. I don't like that. And I have been very vocal and outspoken about that. And I think people like that are trying to use anime or manga as a vessel to have some form of political agenda doesn't need to be in the industry. Just straight up. I'm going to say it. However, I do think that there is legitimately some very good translators. I think that there is people legitimately that have a lot of passion for anime and manga and want to do the world a favor and translate this, not just because they want to make money, but because they actually have passion for the said thing they're working on. And I know there's translators out there that do it. And it makes me feel sad that there's definitely going to be translators that legitimately have the right intentions going to be losing their jobs thanks to what Crunchyroll is currently doing. It's very disrespectful to those people. But at the same time, you have localizers that are also going to be potentially, Crunchyroll does this, forgive me, but you have localizers that are going to be losing their job as well. So like I said, it's down the middle situation for me. Now, with all that being said, the curious question I have is if this would have been caught, if Crunchyroll didn't forget to remove ChatGPT for these translations. Like, for instance, if this episode would have been translated, subtitle, typeset, and everything, and released without that mistake, I wonder how many people would have caught it. Now, to be fair, now that people have caught it, people are now putting a lot of scrutiny onto the translations. They're looking into the translations, wondering, okay, is this translation AI? Is this not? There's a lot of things that come up to the surface. So now Crunchyroll has a bullseye on them. They have people looking at the translations are like, okay, so this is the reason why they're messing up. This is the reason why there's no quality control, is because they're using AI. And this has definitely been a theory within the community for a while. There's a lot of people that theorized that maybe AI was being used for ReZero to some degree, and it seems like it's looking kind of real. Yeah, it's seeming actually like those theories or conspiracy theories actually might be holding up, because this doesn't just happen. I want to reiterate, if they got caught for this, for subtitling on this anime, for German subtitles, okay? They're doing this for other subtitles. They are. Just they haven't got caught yet. That's the big thing. And obviously now that they got caught, Crunchyroll will try to cover their tracks. They will try to be a little bit more careful. However, once again, this is the same company that will leave series without proper translations for literally weeks or sometimes never fix them. So who knows? Maybe this will permanently stay here for the rest of the days for this anime. And I want to reiterate this. If I was the company that worked on this anime and I found out Crunchyroll did this, I would be pissed. Actually pissed. Because there's just zero quality control, and this showcases that. Because regardless if you are happy for AI translations or not, the fact that there is a ChatGPT said here, that's it. That's a mess up. Because once again, this is a continuous thing that they keep doing. They keep messing up translations back to back. It's not the first time. It's not going to be the last. And this is not even the first 100th time. This is probably the 1,000+ time. Crunchyroll is just... This is why them having a monopoly is not good. It is legit terrible. Because they don't really need to correct these issues because they have no competition. They don't. They don't have any competition whatsoever. And that is a problem. I'll leave it at that, though. What do you think? How do you feel about Crunchyroll getting caught lying? The CEO being caught lying? Be honest in the comments below. Legitimately curious what you have to say. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.